Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Belgium. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
So that's got things underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see, and that applies just as much to his passing game as it does to his shooting prowess. He generally likes to keep things simple, taking as few touches as possible, but making every one of them count. I've got a feeling he's going to be a real handful for the opposition here.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Oh, strongly challenged there. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Tielemans, and here's De Bruyne, to Ketelara, Laporte, now Fabian Ruiz, now it's Oyarzabal. Is there any support? He might not need it. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Trossard. He's got away. Looking for options for movement. Big chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Meunier actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
They've played it short. Doku getting up there! In once more. Impressive jump! But he's left disappointed.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Now it's Ferran Torres. Closing in on goal. Oh, that is a... Can he finish? It's bounced back off the post. Still goalless.
Doku
Tries to play it through.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Rodri. Oh, this is a very good run. Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. And here's Ferran Torres. Steaming on goalward. Can he finish? Oh, off the bar. And it's hoisted clear. Oyarzabal! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Spain really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
And it's been taken short. Decent chance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Onana. Tielemans. And here's Oyarzabal. And here's Gavi. And he shoots! Trossard. And it's De Bruyne.
Gavi really needed to concentrate on protecting...
Oh, what a mistake! Meunier. Now Trossard. Half an hour played now. And here's Oyarzabal. He's going for goal! Off target by a whisker. Castagna. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. In with the challenge. Oh, just skips past his man. He's in a good position here. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Knocks it out wide. Now it's Oyarzabal. He's shifted it to the flank. Now it's Oyarzabal. Now it's Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. Now it's Gavi. Pedri. He's on it. Can he get away? Now it's Gavi. Doku. Now it's to Ketelara. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's found a way through. He's had a shot! The captain scores!
Listen, you don't get lucky in doing what he just has. It comes from an inner desire and competitiveness to work on the moments that can elevate his game and this game.
So that goal then.
Yeah, it's wonderful work, Peter. He just got his head down and absolutely drilled it. Good luck getting to that for the keeper.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Onana. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Oyarzabal. Ferran Torres receives it in a good position here. De Bruyne. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Spain finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So we're underway for the second half.
Spain really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Goes for a shot! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. And that's a tidy finish. They have come roaring back.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
Spain restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Well, that has not gone well. Now this could be a chance. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Tries from a long way out. Tielemans. Over to the right flank. De Bruyne. Now Trossard. And it's Meunier. Pau Kubasi with the clearance. And here's the Ketelara. He's having a pop! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
I think that was probably what the opposition wanted him to do, Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance. Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
Mechela. And it's Castagna. Fabian Ruiz. And he's forced to go back. Now it's the Ketelara. Now it's De Bruyne. And he cuts out the supply. Rodri. Kubasi. Laporte. Mikel Oyarzabal being watched hawkishly here.
Well, look, whether he's got his back to goal or he's facing it, menace is at play, and he needs all the attention he can be given.
Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! And that is wildly off target.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
Pedri. Oh, that's a key interception. Can he get on the end of this? No, it's come to nothing. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Ferran Torres. Cucurella. Here's a chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Rodri. Pedri. Kubasi. Oyarzabal. De Bruyne producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Now it's De Bruyne. Spread to the right. Space for him to turn and look. Cross into the... Oh, good! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Pedri. Rodri. Kubasi. It's a pretty loose pass. That's been slipped through. He's having a shot! Goal! Belgium! And again they hit the front.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Marcó en el minuto 80 el dorsal 17.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Engages and forces him off the ball. De Bruyne plays it short. Tielemans to Ketelada! It's loose, and again! It's a goal! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Belgium have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Now it's to Ketelada. Oh, now he can run away with it. Big chance! Tries a shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Punched away. Doku!
Habrá 5 minutos de descuento.
Belgium awarded another corner. Not a bad try by any means.
Sailmakers certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Cucurella. Oh no, what has happened here? Kubasi. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
So that's it, it is all over. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Belgium. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
Well, we're on the way. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, the Belgian boy, De Ketelaere, is worth a mention, Peter. He's got a great mix of creativity, versatility and tenacity. He's got everything a playmaker needs, and of course, his team will no doubt be looking to him to get them going here.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Good ball, good take. Ferran Torres gets flagged offside. Laporte. Rodri, looking to pass their way up the pitch. Not the most accurate pass. De Bruyne. Trossard. Now it's De Ketelaere. It's Pedri. Now it's Oyarzabal. Now it's Fabian Ruiz. And here's Oyarzabal. And the return pass, played back. That's a good ball out wide. Laporte, and it's Pedri. Oyarzabal! Oyarzabal!
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
And he's quick to return it. Oyarzabal! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Pedri with the short one. And a chance! And now a sudden chance to counter. No goals as yet. And here's Ferran Torres. Rodri. Unai Simon. Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. He's beaten the last man. Oh, a gilt-edge. There's the shot. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Pedri. Doku. Now it's Tielemans. Oh, it's beyond the defence. It's a goal kick. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. Now it's Gavi. Trossard. And it's De Bruyne. And it's Cucurella. Now it's Oyarzabal. Chance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Tielemans. Now De Bruyne. Laporte proves too strong. Over to the right flank.
That's good pressing, it's really squeezing everything.
Very nearly half an hour gone here. And here's Ruiz. Steaming on goalwards. Has to go back here. Nicked it back promptly. Oyarzabal goes for a shot! Tielemans. Castagna. Here's Doku. And it's Tielemans. Now it's Doku. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Doku. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Oyarzabal. De Bruyne. Here's Doku. Now it's De Ketelara. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. That's good play. And it's Ruiz. Driving through the middle. Now it's Gavi. Opts to play it back. Brilliantly cut out. De Bruyne. That's Tielemans. Doku. And here's Oyarzabal. And he cuts out the supply. De Bruyne. Doku. And it's Tielemans. Now it's De Ketelara. De Bruyne. Trossard has the space to scheme. They've got a corner here. They've played it short. Doku. Gavi. And that is the end of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Not too much so far to lift anybody off their seat.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And here is the first touch of the second half.
Spain clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Now it's Oyarzabal. Shifted it to the flank. And here's Real chance! It's hit the upright. He doesn't look too happy with that.
Oyarzabal really might have got ever so slightly across it. I don't think he intended to hit it so close to the frame of the goal. I mean, that's a bit obvious.
Onana. De Bruyne. He's looking wide. Here's Doku. Llorente does well to get it back. And here's Oyarzabal. And it's De Bruyne. Mikel Oyarzabal. That's destined for the flank. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Ferran Torres. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Mikel Oyarzabal currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now. Might want to be careful there.
De Bruyne. Spread out to the left.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
He's rising! And it's in! They've done it! Finally, they've broken through. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Belgium have fired themselves in front.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Plays the return pass. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you...
Oh, he's been caught on it here! Now it's Doku. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. Spain really could have done without this. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
A picture of confidence, that was never missing.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And the shot! Oh, the ball's... It's fallen kindly here! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Good piece of opportunism there, but wasn't able to turn it home in the end.
Castagna. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Onana. De Bruyne. Spread to the right. Well, that is one way to stop him. What a throw in. Now it's De Bruyne. Oh, he's having a go! No, just not quite.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Mikel Oyarzabal.
Oh, really well played.
Now it's Pedri. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Meunier, and he's being shifted off it. it's Ruiz. Pedri driving forwards. Great chance! Another one of football's and how moments.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if they were just one down as opposed to two.
Cambio de jugadores.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Closing in on goal. Rodri. Oh, good. Can he finish? And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Spain are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
And here's Oyarzabal. He might be in here. Chance, surely! No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Looks to the other side. Doku, who's set up one goal so far. Belgium have a free kick. He knows what's coming, a second yellow, and he's off. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10
Se va a
men.
llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores. Habrá
5 minutes to
minutos de
add.
descuento.
This looks promising. Oh, he's bustling through here. Tielemans turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Pedri. He's having a hit! And again, he is at his elastic best.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
Ferran Torres. Now it's Paqueta Lara. And time is up. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Belgium. plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity and conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
Ferran Torres! Goal, Spain! And what a start!
The perfect show of intent, great purpose, great industry, and great confidence.
What a moment of brilliance, control and perfect accuracy.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Belgium are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. De Bruyne, played out to the left flank. Doku, he's found a way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Ferran Torres. De Bruyne. Now it's Gavi. Now it's Trossard. He's shifting through the gears here. That's the keeper's ball. Tielemans. That has been slung wide. He has found the way through. Shapes to shoot! And he nearly went all the way.
Doku certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Spain leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Pedri. Laporte. And he skips past his man. He's got away. Now this could be a chance. De Bruyne. Trossard. No, that's been intercepted. More and more pressure on the ball here. Gavi. Ball is over the line. And here's De Bruyne. And the pass is intercepted. What's going wide left? Cucurella. Trossard. Here's Onana. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Laporte. Oh, that is a nice touch. Oh, he's burst through. Real chance! He's got a goal! They are right back in business.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now it's Gavi. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Now it's Oyarzabal, played back. Oh, there's a probing ball, opts to play it back. Now it's De Ketelaere. Tielemans receives it in a good position here. Now it's De Ketelaere. Fabian Ruiz. Oh, good spread. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Tielemans. And here's De Ketelaere. De Bruyne. Threads one in. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. And a chance! Goal! Belgium! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Simplicity itself.
That's shocking. The ease with which he was able to get into the space. And a player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
Belgium leading now.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Now it's Oyarzabal.
Such good technique.
Fabian Ruiz. Castagna. Turns back here, probably the best option. All the way back. Kubasi. And it's Gavi. Cucurella. And it's Laporte. Now it's Gavi. Onana did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. De Ketelaere. Spread it left. Now it's Doku.
2 minutos de descuento.
Pedri. Laporte. That is ended up in no man's land. Now it's Ferran Torres. And here's Pedri. Closing it. Pedri! Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And here is the first touch of the second half.
Spain can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Oh, important interception. Tielemans. Oyarzabal. And he welcomes it in. Oh, that was vital. Meunier. Now Trossard. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Kubasi. Now it's Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. Can he finish? And yes, it's there! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So again, we have parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And he's been shifted off it. Now it's Gavi, distributed tidily. Now it's goes for goal!
Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
Mechela.
Doku.
Llorente does well to get it back. That's destined for the flank. Somewhat off target. Nicely aimed pass.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And there's the shot! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Now it's Oyarzabal. Meunier. That has been cut short.
Doku.
And it's Tielemans. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Ferran Torres. Mechela. That's Tielemans. Now it's Ferran Torres. He's going for goal! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, what has happened here? Courtois breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Tries from a long way out. And it's Llorente. He's having a hit! Onana. Tielemans. De Bruyne. Tries to dink it through. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Belgium really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Laporte. It's a pretty loose pass. Llorente. Oh, that's well spotted. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Salamanca's. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. That's really well cleared. Now it's to Ketelara.
Doku. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Now it's Fabian Ruiz. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, they could break here. Looking to play him in. That is good alertness.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
They'll have one final crack at it. And that will be the final act. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts, highly entertaining until... Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Belgium. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
And that gets things running. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, I think this team can do themselves a massive favour by playing to this guy, Jeremy Doku's strengths. He's a bit of a nightmare for many defenders. And
Oyarzabal! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Oyarzabal is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Tielemans pops him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Ferran Torres. And he's gone backward here. Gavi, shot a goal! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. And we have our very first corner. Pedri with the short one. There's the shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Meunier. Now Trossard. De Bruyne. Trossard. Here's Doku. He has found the way through. Unai Simon gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. Spain have reclaimed it. And here's Ferran Torres. Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
And here's Ferran Torres. He's found a way through. Now it's Gavi. Great chance! corner number 2 then.
They've played it short.
Thinks about the shot.
And that's really well manoeuvred.
Belgium are looking to go forward now. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, they've got a good grip on this game now to turn it into a stranglehold.
He's in a great position. Can he finish?
Quality ball.
De Ketelaere. Gavi. And here's Oyarzabal. That's a good ball. Castagna. And reclaimed it in a trice. Mechelen.
De Bruyne.
Now it's De Ketelaere.
Fabian Ruiz did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick.
Tielemans. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Oyarzabal. And he shoots! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. It's not an especially good pass, that. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Steaming on goalwards. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. That pass isn't the best. And here's Pedri. Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal shoots! Goal! Spain! And it's Spain who take the lead. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Spain have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Now it's Ferran Torres. Meunier. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them.
And the score is 1-0. He's shifting through the gears here.
It's a goal kick. Rodri.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Now it's Oyarzabal. Doku. Tielemans.
Spread to the right. Now it's Trossard.
He's picked his way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's De Bruyne. Trossard. And he's certainly onside here.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Fabian Ruiz. And here's Oyarzabal. Back they go. And here's Gavi. Cucurella.
Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. And the referee says that is that for the first half.
So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. So your views on the first half?
Spain definitely happy with the way they've gone about things in the first half. Could they have turned more of their chances into goals? They can't let that be their regret now.
Spain with the game's only breakthrough. It's 1-0. So we're off again. Spain leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Now it's to Ketelara. And it's made its way to him. Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Doku certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Rodri. Pedri has created one goal already. And it's Ruiz. Nice looking ball. Nicely worked. And he's there to clear it. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Pau Kubasi was in no mood for any of that. Pau Kubasi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. That's rather hopeful. And once more he proves rigid and robust. This looks promising. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, shooting chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase onto it. This time, surely! Oh, he has stuck it into his own net!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is. Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting. Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Rodri. And Cucurella. Distributed tidily. Nicely spread. Kubasi. Unai Simon. Now it's De Ketelaere. Now it's De Bruyne. And that has been slung wide. It's a promising position. Oh, he's played it in low.
He is through here.
Played out to the left flank.
Oh, they could be caught out here.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Pinches it off him. Llorente. Now it's Oyarzabal. Doku. Llorente. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Belgium clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
De Bruyne. And the pass is intercepted. Deftly away.
And they can counter here. Tries from a long way out.
Played down the flank. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Mechelen.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Now it's Oyarzabal.
Tries from distance.
Now it's De Ketelaere. De Ketelaere.
Picked out brilliantly.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Rodri. Oh, nicely intercepted. And we're done. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. Mikel Oyarzabal taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, it was engaging, if not an edge-of-your-seat encounter, and importantly, it offered the right result.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Que el estadio dispone de una sala de objetos perdidos que permanecerá abierta entre semana en horario de oficina.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
My name is Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
The crowd rises for the national anthem of Belgium.
It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
There's the whistle. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, the Belgian boy, De Ketelaere, is worth a mention, Peter. He's got a great mix of creativity, versatility and tenacity. He's got everything a playmaker needs, and of course his team will no doubt be looking to him to get them going here.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Cucurella gets across to intercept that. Llorente. And he's quick to return it. They're urging him to shoot. Shot a goal!
Onana. Tielemans. Trossard. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
So much time and space here.
And that's a dangerous ball. Onana. That's Tielemans.
Fabian Ruiz.
Does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Ferran Torres.
Ferran Torres! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Spain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. They've played it short.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. And now they can spring out of defence. And the shot's on here. Big chance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. It's their second corner of the game. Pedri with the short one. Decent chance! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Trossard, your impression so far, Jim?
Yeah, they've got a good grip on this game. Now to turn it into a stranglehold.
Now he's running away. He's had a shot! Spain have their third corner. And it's been taken short. Rodri, great chance! Belgium are looking to go forward now. Threads one in. Now this could be a chance. He's shifting through the gears here. Rodri. Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Cucurella. Cucurella. That has not gone well. De Bruyne. And it's Amadou Onana. Passing nice and neat. Oyarzabal. Can he finish? Goal! Spain! He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think you've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And it's Ruiz. Pedri. Spain very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Trossard. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. De Bruyne is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Tielemans. Little pass back. De Bruyne. And it's De Bruyne. And here's Tielemans. He'll try from distance. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Pedri. Just eases him off the ball. He's going for goal! And for a moment, time stood still.
Spain really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Tries from distance. And that is a little undercooked. Looking for the run. Castagna picks it up out wide. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper.
Habrá 2 minutos
De
de
Ketelara.
descuento.
Cucurella. So a temporary halt to the action. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. So your views on the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Spain are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. That gets us going once more.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
Deftly away. Now it's Trossard. Cross. Castagna. Now it's De Ketelara. Now it's Trossard. And he's managed to get free. Cucurella, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he's been shifted off it. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. And here's Trossard. He's got away. Can he get it through? This looks promising. Too long, and over the line. Rodri. Mikel Oyarzabal under intense pressure.
Yeah, and as the focal point of the attack, he can't be allowed to breathe.
And he's in on goal. And he's shooting chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And here's Tielemans. Doku picks it up out wide. And that could well leave a mark. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Good decision by the keeper, got that exactly right.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Now it's Trossard. He's found a way through. Shoots! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's not looking good, Peter. You can't just stop playing once you've gone ahead. You're letting the opposition know that you can be got at, and they can so easily raise the pace and tempo to do just that.
Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Llorente. Now it's Ferran Torres. Now it's Llorente. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Opts for safety. And back to the keeper. Unai Simon. Kubasi. Fabian Ruiz. And Cucurella. Cucurella running with the ball. Is there any support? He might not need it.
Spain surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Nice bit of trickery. And that has left him in a heap. Oh, this is a great position. Now it's Pedri. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's De Bruyne. Good ball, good take. Spread it left. Chance! And yes, it's there! And right near the end, we have parity. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Now it's De Ketelara, and he's lost his man here. Spread out to the left. He's picked his way through. And the shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. And there goes the final whistle. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Mikel Oyarzabal voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Hay instaladas unas huchas destinadas a recoger sus donativos para nuestra campaña solidaria en favor de los más necesitados.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Belgium. It is a true heavyweight clash.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
And that gets things running. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, the Belgian boy, De Ketelaere, is worth a mention, Peter. He's got a great mix of creativity, versatility and tenacity. He's got everything a playmaker needs, and of course, his team will no doubt be looking to him to get them going here.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Llorente. Some good work on the right flank here. Well, that pass isn't the best. Meunier. Now it's Gavi. Gavi. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Cleared without hesitation. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Fabian Ruiz. Now this could be a chance. That is good alertness. Oyarzabal receives shot at goal! Oh, it rattles the bar! Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Mechelen. And it's Castagna. Doku. And he certainly caught him there, it's a free kick. And it's Tielemans. Played out to the left flank.
Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals.
Doku.
Opts for safety. Onana. Now it's Oyarzabal. Nicely spread. Ferran Torres. Pedri. And here's Pedri. And the shot!
It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Spain really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Spain with the corner, they're first.
They've played it short.
And it's made its way to him. Oh, shooting chance! Goal, Spain!
Gol de España. Marcó en el minuto 23 el dorsal 7.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Gets a good foot in there.
That is ended up in no man's land. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. He's found a way through. Can he get it? Chance! And that has fair fizzed.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Pedri. Llorente. Ferran Torres. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Mejela. Here's Onana. Doku. Oh, some astute defending there. Oh, that's fabulous. And he's making progress on the ball. He's had it taken off him. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Ferran Torres. Oh, that's a very decent ball. And a chance! And that's a tiny finish. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Spain are doing very nicely, thank you.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Onana powering forward here. Trossard! Cucurella. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. There will be a throw-in. Onana. Mejela. Here's Doku. He's picked his way through.
Foot in.
Pau Kubasi, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And it's Tielemans. And here's the Ketelara.
Oh, good take and a good area.
Tielemans! And there's a goal!
Half-time rapidly approaching. That could be a big one.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Doku. He's shifting through the gears here. Llorente does well to get it back. And for the first half, that is that. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Spain leading, but only just 2-1 the scoreline. And so the action is resumed. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. He's got away. De Ketelara. Pedri deals with that comfortably. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Cucurella. And it's Rodri. Just about within shooting range. Castagna. Tielemans has found the net here, of course. Here's Onana. Pinches it off him. And it's Castagna. Now it's Doku. He is through here. Doku. Plays it in low. And he's there to clear it.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been...
Shot, surely! It's in! Belgium are back in business! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Marcó en el minuto 60 el dorsal 17.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
What a throw in. De Bruyne. Oyarzabal proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
It's a pretty loose pass. That's a good foray he's making. Looking for the run. And the shot! And he should have made them pay.
Meunier deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Unai Simon claims comfortably. And now they can spring out of defence. Kubasu. Kukurea. It'll be a throw-in. De Bruyne. Now it's to Ketelara. Shifted it to the flank. Shot could be on. Great chance! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Llorente. Kubasu. Pedri. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Gavi. Oh, such a clever touch. And here's... Can he finish? Doku. Half an hour gone in the second half. Laporte. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Now, can they get him away? De Ketelara finding himself in space. Big chance! It's anyone's ball now. He'll try to keep this alive.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Ah, he's given it away! Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, that is asking for trouble! Laporte did well to stay calm there. And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Oyarzabal. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And he's managed to get free. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Trossard, pass somewhat off target.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Llorente. Castagna venturing down the left. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Tries a shot! Oh, crossbar! And that is as much time as there will be. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
Many thanks to Jim. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it. Oyarzabal! Goal! Spain! And it's Spain who take the lead. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
El dorsal 21.
Belgium are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Mechelen played out to the left flank.
He's got away. Fabian Ruiz
Simply refused to be outdone there.
Oyarzabal, Ferran Torres,
Mechelen. Here's Onana.
Doku.
You have to expect that from everyone.
Llorente did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
And he's in on goal. Shot, surely! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Not the most accurate pass. And here's Oyarzabal.
Now this could be...
Gavi!
He's got away with one there.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
Spain leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score.
De Bruyne.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
There could be trouble here.
Now he's running away. Oh, he's on his own! He's picked his way through. And he gets rid in a hurry. Gavi. Tielemans. And he's been shifted off it.
Such good technique.
Good ball, good take.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn. Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Oyarzabal. That's a sharp pass.
Doku.
And the Ketelara. Some front-footed pressing going on here. It's a really well-measured ball.
Doku.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Meunier finding himself in space.
That had too much on it.
Fabian Ruiz. For Ferran Torres. That is good strength.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused.
He's having a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Oyarzabal clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. Pedri goes short, shapes to shoot! Belgium are looking to go forward now.
Doku. And again, they're pressing effectively.
Now it's Ferran Torres. Mikel Oyarzabal given the lift of his goal. Oh, there's the shot!
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Fabian Ruiz kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Doku.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Now it's Oyarzabal. Might be danger here. Oh, shooting chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he can clear it away. Now it's to Ketelara. Looking for the run. And it's been played through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Unai Simon. And it's Laporte. Kubasi.
Un minuto de descuento.
Here's Rodri. Llorente. And that brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. How would you review the first half?
I think the scoreline probably is a fair reflection of the first half. If there is perhaps one criticism I can make, it would be the wastefulness in front of goal. You really ought to be putting those chances away. They have to make up for that.
Spain leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. Back on the way then. Spain currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Llorente. Kubasi. And it's Rodri. Here's Llorente. And here's Ferran Torres. And it's Pedri. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Pedri really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being...
And the shot! Well taken goal. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Spain are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off their shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Castagna receives it in a wide position, crosses it in here, cleared without hesitation. Oh, that's fabulous, and that's played in low, and that was very necessary. Gavi was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Just eases him off the ball. De Ketelaere powering forward here. Kubasi. Mikel Oyarzabal is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, they didn't smell the danger early enough, but I suppose better late than never.
Oh, good spread. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Shot at goal! And that is doing no harm at all.
Spirited to say the least, certainly gave this crowd something to really cheer about.
Rodri. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Chance for a shot! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Rodri. De Ketelaere does well to get it back. And the finish! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Foot in. Fabian Ruiz. Llorente. Now it's Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. In with the challenge. Tielemans. Rodri. And it's Llorente. Opts for safety. Oh, what a real chance! And that's a good finish. Oh, a horrible error, and he has nowhere to hide.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
En el minuto 82, el dorsal 17.
Belgium cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Now it's De Ketelaere. De Bruyne. Space for him to turn and look.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Heading backwards. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Cucurella. Fabian Ruiz.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. Gavi. And he cuts out the supply. De Bruyne. And that will be it. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Mikel Oyarzabal taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.